A very good afternoon to you listeners and welcome to the news on Royal FM. My name is Biwa Brian. Today's headlines. The official disbursement of funds for Maso Act 5 is currently taking place at the Mami Hospital courtyard in Kwabang. Among the recipients is Sapabong Emmanuel, a mutualist who has just been awarded financing totaling 750,000 CFA francs.
I have benefit 750,000. Last year, I registered for 2 names. I did not succeed, but I did not give up. This year, I go in for 2 names again, and then I succeed 1 name. So I am very happy.
As the holiday season approaches, Christmas preparation across the country is moving into higher gear. Parents are carefully balancing their budgets, determined to create a memorable and worldwide celebration for their families. In foreign news, a life sentence has been handed down to French doctor Frédéric Péchier after he was convicted of 30 counts of patient poisoning. And in sports, FIFA has increased the total prize money for the 2026 World Cup by 50% compared to the 2022 edition in Qatar. Those were our top stories. We now dive into the details with our first report taking us to the Mami Hospital complex. Renapro Finance SA, through its Mutual Assistance and Solidarity Program MASO, is hosting a vibrant ceremony today at the Mami Hospital complex. The said event marks the official distribution of funds to the Maso Act 5 beneficiaries. For more on this, we go live to Abel Bela-Samaria at the scene. Good afternoon, Abel.
Good afternoon to you, B1 McBrien Dufour. Welcome to the courtyard of the Mamo Hospital complex, where the ceremony to hand over finances to beneficiary of Maso Act 5 raffle draw that took place on the 5th of July 2025 is ongoing under the chairmanship of the divisional officer of Kulafamba as well as the mayor of Kulafamba. After handing over the sum of 100,000 francs CFA, 250,000 francs CFA at the different agencies of Renapro Finance SA. Today's ceremony is here to reinforce the mutual assistance and solidarity Maso mission of removing man from the shackle of poverty. More than 150 mutualists are today benefiting finances ranging from 500,000 francs CFA, 750,000 francs CFA, 1 million francs CFA, and 2 million francs CFA. The mutualists we talk to all, talk of how this money will go a long way to ameliorate the state of their different businesses. In an address message, the Administrative Director General of Group Renapro Finance SA, Madame Emanuela Natasha Bisaye-Pulsinya, called on mutualists to respect the payment calendar. This will permit other mutualists to benefit from the mutual assistance and solidarity, thereby creating world for all mutualists and Cameroonians in general. To the Kulafamba Council, the presence of this ceremony in their municipality is a sign of a win-win cooperation between the council and Renapro Finance SA. The Divisional Officer of Kulafamba says Mutual Assistance and Solidarity MASO project is the doorway to the development, a project that ties with government aspiration and objective to fight against poverty. Talking to mutualists, the MASO Scholarship Project was presented by Jean-Baptiste Ntala, Director of Communication and Public Relations, in which, with just 26,000 francs CFA, mutualists can guarantee a successful university education for their children. The ceremony is being accompanied by good music from the different artists of MASO, that is the Mutual Assistance and Solidarity. Reporting from the courtyard of the Mamo Hospital complex, Bertrand Bois and myself, Abel Bela-Samaria.
And in the same vein, the atmosphere at the Mami Hospital complex was one of immense gratitude as the funds were distributed. Abel Bela-Samaria caught up with some of the beneficiaries who expressed how these Maso benefits will help support their endeavors. Let's hear more from them in this excerpt.
I'm called Ngang Terence Funi. Yes, I want a lot of 500,000 francs. Yes, I intend to increase my capital, my business capital, and to increase my stocks because I deal in electronics and telephone accessories. So due to demand, I believe the money will assist me in adding my stock and at least getting more customers. Maso, yes, I can encourage others to at least participate in Maso because I believe it will be beneficial to them. Because for me, I believe it will help me get.
I'm Mongo Ivo Tebe from the Northwest region. I live here in Yaoundé and Mesasi. I'm a member of Maso. This year I've chosen to win 500,000 and I succeed to win it. And this money is going to enable me bring my business up, promote me for my business so that I can encourage other members that are still behind that they can come and join my soul because it's very good things. It's a very good association.
I'm called Sabambo Emmanuel. I have benefit 750,000. Last year I registered for 2 names. I did not succeed, but I did not give up. This year I go in for 2 names again and then I succeed 1 name. So I am very happy. I know that this money will help me a lot in my business.
In politics, Eric Jevendo has been elected president of the South Regional Council. He defeated the CPDM party comrade Antoine Bikoro Alu by 66 votes against 22 out of 88 after yesterday's election in the presence of local and state officials, as well as the governor of the South region, Felix Ngelengele. Eric Jevendo promised to ensure rapid socio-economic transformation within the next 5 years. Here is an excerpt of his interview.
I'm very happy. My hope is that we'll work hard in order to make the South region a better place to live.
And bearing in mind that the President Paul Biya during his inaugural speech pledged to make youth and women his priority throughout his other mandates, many have been questioning the non-exposure of women and children during this regional councillor election. Evans Williams Jobati dissects this worry with the political actors in this report.
Going by his inaugural speech last November seat, President Paul Biya showed a lot of optimism in the case of youth and women who to him have been left out in his previous mandate. Now, it is the same case with the regional election and executive bureau members as noticed by Chi Diodone from the Social Democratic Front.
Among themselves, they cannot do what they preach. I followed that of the South region, which was far from being a woman-man issue. The woman that was presented happens to be a relative to the president, the niece of the president. So they were like, they cannot elect the niece of the president at the end of the regional council because the presidential family is already occupying a lot of GC positions within the state.
Recalling that in his constituency, a misunderstanding erupted within the Cameroon Democratic Union and the ruling party, Leopold Ndasi, expressed less interest on this topic.
We leave the room before the election took place. We are outside because you disagree with how the things have gone on. CDU as a political party, we must have a contact with CPDM, with other members of our regional council before election took place. So that's what we did. We called other parties. As it happened last mandate, we say we need to understand ourselves. You need to have a place at the bureau on this body. And they denied.
Even more, both political party militants don't think that the November 6th speech from the head of state, Paul Biya, can be a reality as of what concerns the youth and women.
Let's not decide another way, follow the rules of democracy, and then they vote for him. The PDM party is losing hand on his wheel. That is not our problem. They must explain what CPDM really is. Is it the party ruling or behind CPDM is another party? That is the question that we have on the table now.
But what will it change anyway if they put a woman there? I think that's not going to change. You people have heard what the one of the Northwest, that is how the president of House of Chiefs, is talking about. When he's speaking like that, do you feel like something is changing?
Among the 10 regional councillors elected yesterday, 7 were re-elected, while 3 are new at this position, precisely in the far north, Adamawa and South regions.
And from you, Evans Williams Jobati, we talk economic news, where Cameroon is rumored to be suspended from the African Union over nearly 2 billion CFA francs of unpaid dues. An allegation that has sparked debate over the value of membership in regional organizations. Cameroon notably gains access to markets through CEMAC and trade agreements attaching investments and aid. But then, are these benefits worth the financial strain? Jeffrey Tachomi interviewed an economist and compiled this report.
According to Jamo Haiwang, research analyst at the Cameroon Economic Policy Institute, the membership of Cameroon in international organizations in the likes of the African Union goes beyond the symbolic aspects.
Cameroon's membership in the African Union is not symbolic, it's also strategic. The AU provides access to continental economic integration frameworks, notably the African Continental Free Trade Area, for example. It also allows Cameroon to have a say in shaping African trade, industrial and financial standards, which directly affect the country's attractiveness.
Furthermore, Cameroon's membership in international organizations has certain benefits related to economic but equally security and environmental questions.
In the United Nations, there are currently questions about the African Union being part of the UN Security Council because it's very exclusive. Cameroon would also benefit from all this membership. The African Union is there to ensure to protect Africans' rights, yes, but to ensure that Cameroon plays an important role in the development of the continent. If we're excluded, like some of the other small states, then it would be difficult for us to have a say.
To conclude, while some experts believe that Cameroon's voice on the world stage relies on the African Union and other institutions, others have a mixed approach. Henry Kwam and Jamu Haiwan respectively.
The African Union provides Cameroon with a representative voice on the global stage. Cameroon benefits through its membership, allows it to influence policies that could potentially impact its citizens over the long run.
It offers access to financial mechanisms, technical assistance, and cooperation in peace and security, all of which are essential for investment. Even a temporary suspension weakens Cameroon's economic credibility and reduces its ability to defend its interests.
In a nutshell, being part of regional organizations provides Cameroon with access to a larger market, promoting trade and economic integration. Cameroon is the largest economy in the CEMAC region, with trade contributing about 41% of the gross domestic product.
Cameroon is currently participating in the second summit on traditional medicine organized by the World Health Organization in India till December 19, 2025. The summit has as objective to share national experience and learning from the best international practices in regulations research and the safe use of products derived from traditional medicine. Let's now talk budgeting for Christmas preparations within families, which often varies depending on the financial status of each family, while making sure the celebration is worth it. The items on most shopping lists are defined by the financial capabilities of each household. We take the reactions of some of these parents in the following Vox Pop compiled for us by Glory Ngange.
I don't really consider the choices of my children during Christmas period, and that is because I have already trained them that Christmas is not a period when you're dressed up in fancy clothing or you eat special meal. So it's my choice at that period now to decide if I have to get them Christmas dresses, Christmas toys, or anything.
When buying my children's Christmas dress, I do not ask their opinion. I buy what I know that is good and sense for them, because if I start something now, I'll not be able to succumb to it in the future.
Sometimes I can ask them to show me what they want, but if they show me and I see that it's not good for them to wear when they will go out there, it will not portray a good image, I will not buy that one.
I go for what I know is good for the child. I am not being influenced by the social media. I go for what I know is good for my child, not necessarily what's trending outside. And more to that, it depends on the age of the child.
I consider, but that doesn't mean I'm going to get everything they want. And as for social media trends, yes, I do take that into consideration, but that doesn't mean everything trendy and everything they want you're going to get. As children, they would always want what they want, but I take modesty into consideration.
At times you just buy what they want to satisfy them, to make them happy also, because at times when a child chooses something, at the end of the day you buy what maybe you want, the child will end up being angry, but it doesn't change the fact that if your child's choice, you influence the child, you better buy what is good.
And in the same vein, our reporter Glory Ngange interviewed some families on their priorities depending on their budget. Details in this report.
The economic situation of the country has compelled many families to cut down on their budget for end-of-year festivities. Jones is a father of two, and even though he decries the economic challenges, he is determined to give his family a remarkable celebration.
It hasn't been easy. Things are a bit difficult, but we do our best to satisfy the children and the Queen Mother. We're preparing to buy some dresses for the children, especially making surprises to the Queen Mother and most especially my mom, how she's around.
Concerning the agenda and financial capabilities, Promise points out that the items on her list ties with the funds she set aside for Christmas celebration.
I make my budget according to what I have. I don't go beyond what I have, because if I want to go beyond, it means I have to borrow, and borrowing is not good. I make my budget looking at what I have in my hand. What I prioritize more is food for my children. So when I'm making my budget, I make the budget for food, and I make sure that it is enough.
Jones, on his part, reveals that his finances can go as far as affording leisure activities for his immediate family as well as friends.
It's a budget of around $250 because buying dresses for everyone in the house, buying food stuff, meat, to prepare something like waterfall, arrow, and actual drinks for friends too. Money for outings for the children, most especially, so that the children will be at ease.
In a nutshell, despite the economic crisis faced by several families, Christmas and other end-of-year feasts are special moments that deserve maximum celebration. Thus, households are giving in their best to see their loved ones happy.
We still talk Christmas festivities with focus on the trend of Christmas trees. While Christmas trees are a mainstay in many Western countries, their presence is less in common in Cameroonian homes. Our reporter Ngang Nadesh interviewed some of them on whether or not they find it necessary to buy Christmas trees and compiled their views in this report.
In many parts of the world, Christmas is incomplete without a decorated tree at the center of the home. But in Cameroon, this Western tradition is still finding its place. For Boris, the Christmas tree adds a festive touch to the home.
Yes, I would buy a Christmas tree for decoration because it will symbolize the presence of the festive period, the celebration or the birth of Christ. Not only for the celebration, at least to beautify the house, let the house look like something new, something different. So that when anyone visits you, at least hear the presence and also love the decor.
Fuche shares a different perspective. While enjoying fond memories of his childhood of the Christmas tree, he notes that it is no longer of priority now.
I don't think getting a Christmas tree is a necessity. Personally, when we were kids, it was always good to have even just a small Christmas tree, so that we did not always buy the big one, but there was a small Christmas tree with balloons to kind of animate, to make the environment Christmas-like. But it's not necessary. I don't think it's necessary. Now it's very rare. We don't actually see it. I don't say we don't often, but we don't see it at all. The rare cases that we see Christmas tree.
He adds that the Christmas tree itself is not the focus and that funds could be redirected to food.
For me, it's not necessary because the funds that could be used in purchasing and preparing Christmas tree and other things could be used to maybe make a small buffet. It could add to the buffet or something. So the essence for me is not mainly the decor. It's more of the communion, being together, discussing, reinforcing bonds, and why not eating quality food? Because that's one of Christmas. To the tree, well, if possible to get one, it's a plus. But if not, we'll do without.
Christmas is a time for celebration and family gatherings in Cameroon. But when it comes to decorating, the traditional Christmas tree is not widespread. While some Cameroonians opt for artificial trees adorned with light and minimal ornaments, others prefer using natural elements like cypress trees.
Away from holiday festivities, Cameroon is currently participating in the second summit on traditional medicine organized by the World Health Organization in India till December 19, 2025. The summit has as objective to share national experience and learning from the best international practices in regulations, research, and the safe use of products derived from traditional medicine. Frinu Crispin spoke with the traditional experts and compiled the following report.
Integrating evidence-based, traditional, complementary and interactive or integrative medicine into national health system only comes to concretize government's decision. Philip Forbang is expert in traditional medicine.
It's good because, the head of state has approved the law for traditional medicine to promote that sector of traditional medicine, put it in a table that we can consume. Because all what we can do with traditional medicine is to ameliorate the sector of traditional medicine, promote and to try to see how to produce, because we are still like raw material. When they take raw material, then they bring it into machinery. You see, they produce, they have quality of the medicine, they homologate the medicine and they put it in the market.
According to the experts, traditional medicine remains a vital part of global health care, given that thanks to it, several diseases have been treated.
For good health care, we have to go back to our roots. When they come with like diabetes, when they come with like high blood or blood pressure, if they come with something like they have like typhoid, malaria, and so on, from hospitals, they will identify, they will try to consult and they will see the problem. Then when they come with that kind of situation, it's easy to handle it because you have already, that it is typhoid, this is malaria, then you go straight to the healing.
Traditional medicine holds a central, vital and integrated place in Cameroon's health system, serving as a primary resource for up to 80% of the population, especially in rural areas, due to its cultural relevance, affordability and accessibility, treating various ailments.
And in foreign news, a life sentence has been handed down to French doctor Frédéric Paché after he was convicted of 30 counts of patient poisoning. The Besançon court heard how the former assassinate contaminated infusion bags with lethal substances, leading to the death of 12 individuals. Notably, investigations into Paché's conduct at 2 French clinics first landed in 2017, covering a 9-year period of suspect criminal activity. M23 rebels have started pulling out of Uvira, a city in the South Kivu province of Eastern DR Congo. The withdrawal follows a week of intense combat between the rebel forces and the Congolese army. According to the local civil society sources, the movement began on Wednesday evening following a conditional agreement announced by the group. Bertrand Bisiwa, the M23 deputy coordinator, stated that the evacuation is expected to finalize today, Thursday, December 18. In sports, the Cameroon Federation for Visually Impaired FECASD has confirmed that the indomitable goalball Lions will compete in the World Goalball Championship in China next year. The tournament is set to take place in the city of Hangzhou from July 5 to the 15, 2026, featuring 26 nations from around the globe. This historic qualification follows the senior men's national team's impressive third-place finish at the recent African Championship in Cairo, Egypt, combined with their current world ranking of 50th position.
AFCON 2025 Morocco, a special page in the news.
The road to the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco has taken a physical toll on some of the continent's brightest stars, leaving several national teams scrambling to adjust their tactical plans just days before the kickoff. Senegal appears to be their hardest hit as the defending champions face a defensive and offensive crisis. Defender Ila Kamara was officially ruled out of the entire tournament after sustaining a grade 2 muscle lesion in his right hamstring while playing for his club on December 14. An MRI in Dakar confirmed the severity of the injury, ending his hopes of representing the Teranga Lions on the big stage. Senegal's woes were further compounded by the loss of young winger Hassan Diao, who suffered a similar muscular injury during Como's Serie A clash against AS Roma on December 15. The list of injuries also has Sebastien Haller of Cote d'Ivoire, Sekou Nakiata, and the captain of Mali, who have all been injured ahead of this expedition. The lineup for the upcoming tournament is taking shape as several nations landed in Morocco yesterday. Among the new arrivals are Mali, who will face Zambia in their opening match on Monday, December 22, and the Zimbabwe Warriors, who are preparing for their debut game in the competition against Egypt. Egypt and Comoros also joined the cohort, arriving early this morning. Meanwhile, Senegal is expected to touch down today, following a formal send-off ceremony yesterday where the president, Bassirou Diomaye Faye, presented the national flag to the team. With this latest arrival, 6 teams are now on ground in Morocco, joining Cameroon, Uganda, and the host nation in Morocco for the 2025 African Cup of Nations.
AFCON 2025 Morocco. That was a special page in the news.
And in more sports news, the FIFA Council has officially announced the launch of a new Under-15 tournament designed as a global festival for all 211 member associations starting from 2026. This initiative is structured to roll out in a phase beginning with an inaugural edition exclusively for boys in 2026, followed by the introduction of a girls tournament in 2027. From 2028 onwards, the competition will be held simultaneously for boys and girls. To better suit the developmental needs for young players, matches will be played in a small-sided format, specifically 7 vs 7 and 9 vs 9. And to end our sports page, the FIFA Council, as you heard in the headlines, has approved a record-breaking financial endowment of $727 million for the 2026 World Cup, marking a significant 50% increase compared to the 2022 tournament in Qatar. A major portion of this budget, totaling $655 million, is specifically for performance-based prize money. Under this new structure, the world champion will receive $50 million, while the runners-up will take home $33 million. The third and fourth place finishers will earn $29 million and $27 million respectively. Notably, teams who reach the quarterfinal will receive $19 million, while those who reach the round of 16 will be awarded $15 million. And from that sports page, we welcome Francina Teba, who has joined me in the studio for the summary of this news in the French language. Good afternoon.
Bonjour, Biwa Brian. La cérémonie de remise des lots aux mutualistes bénéficiaires de l'acte 5 de la Masso se tient ce 18 décembre 2025 à l'esplanade du complexe hospitalier La Mamu, sise à la nouvelle route Kouaban à Yaoundé, en présence de plusieurs autorités. Toujours en national, le faible quota des femmes et des jeunes dans la mise en place des exécutifs régionaux suscite des réactions mitigées au sein des acteurs politiques. Ces derniers estime que ces résultats ne cadrent pas avec la Grèce du chef de l'État qui place la gente féminine et la jeunesse au centre de son mandat. À l'étranger, en France, Frédéric Péchier, condamné à la réclusion criminelle à perpétuité. L'anesthésiste a été reconnu coupable de 30 empoisonnements de patients, dont 12 mortels par la cour d'assises du Doubs. L'accusation avait requis cette peine contre le médecin qu'elle a présenté comme l'un des plus grands criminels de l'histoire. Le praticien va faire appel de sa condamnation. En sport, Cannes Maroc 2025, les nouveaux dossards des Lions indomptables du Cameroun sont connus. Voici quelques-uns des numéros attribués. Simon Omosola au numéro 1, Junior Chamade 2, Christopher Wo 4, Georges Koudou 7 et Brian Bemo 10, Christian Bassogok 11, Davis Epassi 16 et Patrick Soko 12. Le sélectionneur David Pagou a également désigné 3 capitaines, Davis Epassi, Christian Bassogok et Nuo Tolo.
And it is with that summary presented by Francina Teba that we have reached the end of today's 2 p.m. newscast over Reality 8.4 FM. The news was a success thanks to the technical expertise of